mission quest. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Is this what you want me to?
Yes, please. If you can screen share,
So
that'd be
Okay.
great. And
I don't
put it
think
in
this is
Discord.
about Zoe Quinn. This isn't about Zoe Quinn.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, this isn't about Zoe Quinn.
Okay, so if I can show that it is, would you be wrong? We can see that point.
Well, let me I'm gonna Control F. Zoe Quinn. Maybe you want to do it too. Oh no, not there. Let me just put Quinn just to make sure.
No, we're not talking
No,
about
I
Zoe
do see
Quinn.
the
I said
version
Zoe
profile.
Quinn or her games.
So just mentioning a game that exists is the same as her getting favors.
No.
So
Food
this
Shops is
isn't
still not
true.
screen sharing on our end.
Oh, wait. I thought it was. Wait, yeah, I
I'm
am.
looking at it anyways. You also have the link. You don't need to
We're not
sort of
seeing
screen
it.
share it on our end. I'm seeing it right now. I'm
Okay.
looking at it. Admission quest. I got it from your source.
Yes.
I can do my own heavy lifting.
Yeah, also, I'm sharing it on stream, like the viewers can see it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
don't
ahead
worry.
and.
So if you
Pull it
want
up
to
on-
point out where specifically this talks about Zoe Quinn, go ahead.
Okay, so it doesn't talk about Zoe Quinn. It talks about her game.
But
He
it's not
he
even
highlights her
so.
game over 47 other games.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot of other games, isn't it?
Yeah,
Do you think
indeed.
he had sex with all those people? Do you think he
and-
had sex with all those people?
And strange in Mission Quest. Funny how the title of the article is a play on her game, and why he's using a screenshot of her game
That's what
more than the
writers
other
do, isn't it? Though
49. Maybe not if you're friends with people who, if they're your friend, you shouldn't
no,
be
you
doing that.
pick
No.
out like if you're going to theme what you actually write instead, not just your list, but what you actually write under a game that you've picked out of the list, and use that as like a centerpiece for what it means. It doesn't necessarily mean you've had sex with somebody. That just means that you're a writer.
I don't care if you
and
had
you
sex
thought it
with
would be a
anybody or
little
not.
bit dull, and you thought it would be a little bit dull if you just listed off 47 or 48 games.
What? Why do you think that if you have a
This
relationship
is just
with somebody,
writing 101. This is just
do you
basic
think?
writing.
Hang on. Do you think that if you have a relationship with somebody, whether it's a close friendship, a sexual relationship, a romantic relationship, or whatever, and you're promoting their game over 49 other games, do you think that you should probably disclose that, or maybe even recuse yourself from writing the article?
They're not promoted over the other games. In fact,
are,
this,
though.
like I said, this is particularly theming the way that they approach the article. They don't say that this is necessarily better than the other games.
Okay, so if I say, look at this.
In fact, it mentions
Anyway,
several
standouts.
It mentions
Powerful
yeah.
Twine Darling, Depression Quest, the #1 standout. There's only 2 other standouts listed. Also, why are
so
only
he had sex with those two other people too?
No one's saying that you're being so dishonest.
So could it be possible?
Nobody is saying.
Do game journalists ever enjoy a game?
It's whether or not he likes it or not is completely irrelevant to whether or
that's
not he has
entirely
an
relevant.
ethical obligation to either disclose or recuse himself when he has a conflict of interest. Does it not?
They were no longer. I'm pretty sure when this was written, they were no longer dating.
Whether they were no longer dating or not is irrelevant. He has a conflict of interest. Yeah, this was.
Do you think that Do you think that 2 game journalists could possibly just date? Or sorry, 1 game journalist and a game developer could ever just date? And
yeah, but then you can't you can't cover their games then.
There was nothing published while they were dating.
Okay, do you want to look at? Okay, do you want to do the timeline? I can do the timeline because
So,
I've got this stuff all down. I'm gonna go ahead and link something else. Food Shops, if you please.
I don't remember where it started. They ended in 2012.
Yeah, sure.
I don't remember where it started, but they ended in 2012. Don't you see how like overreacting to someone's relationship seems a little bit misogynistic when you're specifically have a hate campaign for the woman more than the man? Like Nathan Grayson received some hate, but
I don't support harassing anybody. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the proportionality between what Grayson received and what Zoe Quinn received shows that they didn't actually care, because if they did, they would have targeted most of their hate at Grayson, and we would have been hearing about how Grayson was the victim here and not Quinn. But clearly they were mad, partially because some dude had a relationship. They're mad at the woman because of their internalized misogyny, and they just find it easier to target women, it seems.
I have it up on stream.
Okay. So if you go through the evidence on this, the articles were published. The second article on January 8th, 2014. He did not disclose that he's in the credits of the game either. If you're in the credits of a video game, do you think that you should be required to disclose that or recuse yourself as a games journalist?
So he was in the credits of Depression Quest
Yeah.
as what? An executive producer?
Special thanks, I believe, but
Okay.
so do you
Maybe that
if
was
you're in the credits of the
maybe
game, should you
okay,
be
but
required to
special
excuse
thanks
yourself?
literally means anything. It could have been that he was there at the studio with Quinn because they were dating and he gave some feedback on stuff.
Yeah, and if you have that kind of a relationship with somebody who's making a game, do you think that you should be required to recuse yourself?
No, if he just gave some minor feedback and they appreciated it, and so they put him under the special thanks, I don't think that
If
there's a
he's got
huge
some
conflict of
you
interest
don't
there.
think that
No,
you having this close personal relationship with somebody is a conflict of interest?
I think we're really blurring the lines between like clear scandals where like clearly she had sex for favorable reviews versus these things being like,
No, what
ah,
why
I
did I say favorable reviews? You're the one who's talking about reviews.
this is what Gamergate was mad about.
No,
This
that's
is
what
the
Steven
crux.
Totillo said that Gamergate is mad about. And besides Gamergate, this is a minor scandal. This would have blown
Right,
over in
you're
2 weeks if
right.
not for the Gamers Are Dead articles.
The majority of people who look at it with from an outside lens define it that way, but your way is clearly your brand. You need to rebrand it a certain way, so that way it's as far removed from a hate campaign as possible. Because I think deep down inside, maybe you do know it is a hate campaign, but you need, these are rhetorical strategies, much as Gamergate has been known to use.
Yeah. It's funny how we defend ourselves, and you're like, oh well, deep down inside, you know that you're a misogynist.
You know, when
It's so
people defend
dishonest.
themselves, though, they tend to like it tends to reflect their actions and behavior. If we want to say that these people defended themselves, we have to explain why their actions and behavior reflected more of a hate campaign than somebody who was under duress. The actions of Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian, and just because I can name so many, Brianna Wu, definitely reflected how victims act in these circumstances versus a mob of people who are fueled by hate.
Well, again, where did I ever say that they haven't been harassed? I'm sure Anita Sarkeesian's been harassed. I'm sure Brianna Wu's been harassed. I'm sure Zoe Quinn's been harassed.
If
I've
she
been
ever
harassed.
also